T minus 80 seconds. T minus 70 seconds. T minus 60 seconds. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Good evening, and a ho, ho, ho to you all. Merry Christmas. It looks like we've got a visitor of Kanye West with us this evening.
Yay.
Yo.
Get him off. Get him off before he starts. Before he says anything, get him off.
What's InfoWars?
That's Alex Jones's thing.
Oh right, okay, yeah, I've heard of him. He owes a lot of money at the moment, doesn't he? He's paying about $10 a week.
Yeah, it was almost like a cartoon. They says, "You've been a mean little boy, and you're gonna owe 1 gazillion, bajillion, trillion, fajillion, gazillion, shabadadoo dollars." Like a made-up number. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it really may as well have been. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies, brought to you by the Last Movie Outpost.com. For all of your movie news, reviews, and everything cool about film. We've got a lovely full house this evening. How are boys? How are we all?
Hello.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Yes, that's wonderful.
That's for Yay.
Yeah.
That's for, yeah.
Give me a second, but yeah. But yes, hello, and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies. We are drawing ever closer to Christmas, and so Sean and Matt have made an effort, but myself and Yoda are being Scrooged because, we don't want to be cheerful and jolly and everything else, and money is a rip-off. Christmas is a rip-off. It's another thing to exploit me. It's Christmas.
True.
Humbug.
I thought you were going to launch into the gears of the capitalism is greased with the blood of the proletariats.
If I could say that, then yes, I would.
No, but I'll be happy to get into the Fed. Why does every show involve Matt taking off some clothing? Why does that happen every single week?
That's how he makes his money the rest of the week on his OnlyFans.
I enjoy it.
Ladies watching now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Sean.
Yes, ladies.
Careful. Careful.
So, but like I say, it's good to see everybody here. You can see all our stuff going down across the bottom of the screen, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
How come my Twitter, you keep forgetting to add my Twitter?
No, I don't forget at all, Sean. I'm not putting your Twitter on there because I don't think anybody in the entire world should ever read your Twitter.
It's an omission, Sean. It's not a forget thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I just wanted to know it wasn't done because I was unimportant.
No. Okay.
We
We love you
because
we
you're
love
horrifying.
We love to keep you here in this little bubble, is what it is. And we don't want to share you with the world. I don't think the world is ready. Okie doke. So, we are going to get on to Christmas movies first of all, but we do have to talk about the Indiana Jones 5 trailer. Now, I must admit, when this came on, I gave it a watch and I thought, oh, but as it went on, it started to get worse and worse as it went on. And then B, I kept remembering what they're going to be doing to it. But we had quite a lot of chat on the website, lastmovieoutpost.com, about the trailer. What were you guys' take on it?
No one wants to talk.
Let me
Without
quote,
swearing.
let me quote Mr. J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. Crap, mega crap.
I thought you were going to do that. Oh, you're serious.
Yeah, that'd be the next. He's going back in time and meeting himself. Are you serious?
Like I say, I thought the opening was not too bad, but then as it just went on, I was looking at it going, what the hell is happening here?
I'm so irritated that Critical Drinker got to it first because I thought the exact same thing. It's like, do we have to do these almost worshiping slow piano tinkles of these theme songs all the time? I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of banging drums to indicate epicness or intensity. I'm tired. These trailers are terrible. They're so awful these days. And now it's like, I'll tell you, I watched Raiders yesterday. I was scrolling through Paramount Plus. I had just put in a new sound system on my, nothing major, just a new sound bar, and it had the subwoofer and a couple of rear speakers, which made all the difference. And I'm watching this, and I'm going, I'm almost in tears because I'm thinking this movie is almost completely real. There's like maybe a dozen shots that are a matte painting or something, and even those, somebody hand painted that. It feels so real. So, all the dust, all the wide angle shots, all the people they brought together to make this dig scene, everything is real. It is tactile, and it is a 30s adventure serial at its finest. And I'm and I couldn't help but think of the damn trailer, and I went, they're ruining this. They don't know. They don't understand anything that came before. They don't understand what they're putting together. They don't understand why these things are popular. And some of it...
I thought you were going to cry then. The way you were sort of like, and they just don't understand what I'm feeling.
He's crying inside.
I am crying inside. But I mean, it really was just, I don't know why, just a wave of depression just came over me. Not that I didn't know all this stuff before, but it's like when you watch something that good, when you watch something that was so great and is still so great, and still, like, I never not laugh when Indy casually murders the swords guy. That never not puts a smile on my face, and I'm like just enjoying this from beginning to end. Ford knows what he's doing. They're all at the top of their game, and now it just even Crystal Skull, as bad as it is in a lot of ways, you could still say, well, it's still basically an Indiana Jones story. I mean, I don't know what this is. This is just...
Well, funny enough, I mean, we talked about Doomcock, the troll, as he was described by James Mangold, the director. Yeah. But I mean, he put up a video saying that it seems like they haven't put much into the story because they kind of don't want to give away what's been happening if the rumors are true. And in some respects, I feel for Disney very tinily, because it's kind of, what can they do now? if they had planned to gender swap her, they're going to have to recall that. If they do that, then they're going to be showing that they were, in fact, planning on doing that. And, they're proved liars. They can't withdraw the film because it's, and it's kind of, they are stuck in a catch-22 now. The only way they can fix this is to just make the ending good.
Well, they can't. They can't make the ending good. I guarantee it, because it's the ending is built on what came before, and you'd have to pretty much reshoot the whole movie. If you ever saw Red Letter Me or Mr. Plinkett's thing of Crystal Skull, he says the first thing they should have thought of is maybe we shouldn't, and just not do it. And that's not what came up. Ford is way too old, and even if they're going to de-age him and have stuff in there, none of it feels real. He looked fake as hell on the horse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like going, and then I watch him on the horse. I watch all this real stuff happen, and I'm just thinking, like, I think what hit me yesterday, just after seeing that trailer, watching Raiders, I realized, and it's not like we haven't talked about this or is anything I don't know, but it just, sometimes it just hits you, like really hits you. It's like the movies are dead. They just are. Nothing is ever going to be like what it was back then. They're never. The culture is really stagnant, and I don't know how to fix it at this point.
Dead is a strong word. Every now and then we do get just little nuggets of something come through, which is actually quite decent. But like this year, I put up the post of best of the year. It's hardly had any response because most people have been sort of haven't really seen much this year, which has been very good.
Well, you take something like Everything Everywhere All at Once, something crazy and weird that came out like that in the past probably would have done much better than what it does now. So all the normies, I don't even know if you call them normies anymore. Just the way the culture is so dumbed down that people just lap up. I mean, Avatar 2 is going to do bang up business. It's going to be just as sad and crappy as the first one, and everybody's going to love it because it looks good. It's shiny keys, and nothing is there. Just like with Avatar, nobody's really talking about Avatar. It didn't really have any real lasting impact. And this won't either. It'll make a bunch of money very quickly. Everybody will cash out, and then they'll move on to the next thing, and nobody's making anything that has any real cultural value.
I was thinking that you just said about Indy, that with Raiders of the Lost Ark, what you had is a passionate filmmaker who was, passionate about making a film. When you watch Indy, it's not just the sort of sets and everything else. It is also just the photography and everything about it. It's so well done. And
would you say it was a masterclass?
I would say yes, Sean. It is a masterclass. But I mean, it is. It's perfection. And then now it is just cashing in. That's all it is. There's no artistic license about it or anything else. It's just to make money. Yeah.
I'm not going to judge the film until I've seen it or until I know more about it. I'm not going to take what Doomcock said as verbatim. I'm going to wait to everything. The thing I was disappointed in the most is, which Yoda's always says, how fake everything looked. Yeah. I mean, I think the one thing that really got me, it wasn't even the action scene. There was Indiana Jones was talking to, who's the Egyptian dude? And they're at an airport.
John Rhys Davies.
They're at an airport, and it's so clearly green screen. You're like, can you really not just shoot in front of an airport? I mean, I can understand making some special effects are needed for making an 80-year-old Harrison Ford ride a horse and that, but to have a conversation in front of an airport, you can't even fucking do that. I'm like, it's like watching a cartoon.
What year is this movie supposed to be? What era is this one supposed to be set in?
1960s.
Late 60s. I'm guessing because they're having a ticker tape parade. I'm thinking that's 69. For an astronaut.
It's definitely going to be woke then, because there's nothing that the left woke loves more than the hippie era of the 60s. So that's a big red flag right there, in my opinion.
Well, the Phoebe Waller-Bridge thing, obviously that's what they're doing. Obviously she's already being dismissive and, he's my, he's, like you could see that she was being dismissive in the trailer of him. And then he does that stupid thing with the whip, and then everybody just shoots straight.
That's just, oh, God, dear. Again, I was watching that and thinking, Right, so they didn't see him just duck down behind the wooden table, that bullets would easily go through and kill him. And it was just...
Heidi's asking, are all of you right wing? I'll be honest with Heidi. I don't know what that means anymore because
Yes.
just saying something that isn't woke makes you completely right wing Nazi fascist Hitler.
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact, Heidi. In fact, some of us more so than the others, but yes. But not
Apparently,
to a level.
yes.
But we can't really admit to the level on YouTube, so.
If you saw the first opening scenes of this podcast, you probably guess which way.
Yeah.
I love Biden. Yeah.
Don't forget to get the vax for the holiday.
Yeah.
No, we're not right wing at all.
Shout out to Steel Worldwide there.
But it's just horrible to watch. It's horrible to watch these franchises have this because, like you say, we can't have anything new. It's very little that invest in anything new. That's the problem.
I'd be less worried about.
For me.
You know what is something good and new though? Is A Christmas Story Christmas that just come out.
Just a minute, we're getting to that.
Hold on. I think the biggest thing that I can't understand is Harrison Ford is worth something like $300 million.
Why does he even bother? Why does he even bother?
He's probably got 10 years left in him, maybe 15 tops.
He wants a bigger tombstone.
Why would he ruin his legacy by doing something like? If the rumors are true, why would he ruin his legacy?
And why would he? Obviously hates doing this stuff anymore. When you're that rich, why bother? Why bother?
Yeah, exactly. If someone comes to me with a script for Indiana Jones 5 and they went, "Yeah, we're going to kill you off and replace you with this hook-nosed English bird," you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm kind of rich enough and old enough now. See you later." But my whole criticism, Mark Hamill in Last Jedi, sellout, and I think Harrison Ford will go down the same. My estimation with Mark Hamill.
But you bring up a good question. What he's worth? I don't know how much money. What's he selling out for? What? Why?
Exactly.
What are you trying to? I mean,
it ain't love because he. We all know his distaste for sequels and continuing
Han
characters.
Solo and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I know he loves Indiana Jones, and I know he loves playing the character, but even he can't be this well, maybe he can. This lack of self-awareness. It's like, dude, you're almost 80 and you look silly. And you're destroying this thing that you've built. Why would you do that?
The funny thing is, I've kind of always got the impression with Harrison Ford that he loves his job and he does it really well, but outside of that, he just doesn't care. Type of thing that he's always kind of like he's done the what do you call it, the shows, conventions and stuff, but it's always been sort of like, oh bloody hell, I'd rather be doing anything else than talking to these nerds.
That's fine.
And
I can understand
I've kind of got that impression, but like you say, so with him I do think to myself, it's kind of like, oh, Harrison, we're going to pay you for another one, yeah, I suppose, and he just doesn't care about it that much is the impression I've always got.
He must care. I mean, he's 80 odd years old, to go and do that and the level that's required of him to do that, because he's still going to have to fucking run down the street and stuff like that with his bow legs. But it's only so much money you can have. You've got probably 15 years life inside you. You're 82 or whatever he is. You've got $300 million. I know it's $300 million because I looked it up.
You know what I think
been stalking him.
You know what I think it is? I think this is not just Harrison Ford. I think this is like all these old guys that just won't let go of whatever it is, whether it's being in office or being acting or whatever it is.
You talking about us?
Yeah, us too. No, I think it's relevancy. I think they just cannot stand to be irrelevant anymore. They can't just go off and retire. They can't do it. They are so addicted to the attention.
That's why that's why most of them become actors anyway, right? Is that they love the attention, they love it, and then not having it. Yeah. It's the same reason it's the same reason politicians love power. It's not. They're all rich. It's not about the money at that point. It's about power, be able to assert control over everybody else.
But Sean, he's still working. He's still doing projects. But he's in the new Yellowstone, which is 1923. Yoda, is that right? He's in that.
Who is Harrison Ford?
Yeah. He's going to be in the new spin-off for Yellowstone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's still taking on projects, which is fine.
Yeah.
Don't. Why do you keep revisiting legacy characters that we've all grown up and loved and adored.
I have a
basically
theory.
Shit in our faces.
I have a theory that maybe it's a little bit of like Bruce Willis with John McClane. It's like he sees himself as the gatekeeper or quality control of the series,
Maybe.
and if he leaves it, then they'll totally go off the rails. So he's like, "Well, I'll get involved so they don't cast some new dude, and then it becomes
at some point though, he must have watched the Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
I don't know,
read the
man.
script, at least.
I don't know, dude. He probably thought
just-
He probably thought it's Spielberg. What can go wrong? You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's sad is like I look at Crystal Skull. It's like, oh, maybe this isn't so bad. That's how bad this trailer was to me.
Well,
That is
We
rough,
got
isn't it?
in the comments. We got Heidi becoming Kanye West, and we got another dude reading poetry to us. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I
I was
so.
just going to say, should we have a look at the
I don't think you need
comments here?
to.
Let's just try to find a good one. Just a second. Yoda, are you not on this?
Yeah, I'm on it. You want me to read it?
Oh no,
I
just
don't think it's in there.
there we go.
So
Heidi
Christmas
says,
movies.
I didn't even watch new trailers anymore. I'm the same actually. That Last of Us has just come out, and I'm just not interested in watching
Have
it.
you played the game?
I have, but I never finished it.
Ah, see, there you go. Because The
It's-
Last of Us looks wicked.
Yeah, I've lost interest in things that are coming out of Hollywood. This is exactly the case, though, isn't it? That with new movies and stuff, you get the occasional nugget. Because I did watch yesterday, just to give it a mention, the story of it was called stupidly, because you stupid Americans put it the wrong way around, 25/5/77, which was the story of Patrick Reed Johnson, the director, growing up. And I think we mentioned it ages ago. And it was just about him, and he wanted to become a filmmaker because of Douglas Trumbull on 2001 and stuff. And he actually got to see a cut of Star Wars before Star Wars came out. And that's what, made him become a film director. And it was a really touching little story. And I actually quite liked it. And it was based on 2001. And it was quite
Is
good.
it out? Is it streaming somewhere?
Yeah, it's on streaming.
It sounds
Where?
fascinating.
It was. I found it really
I've been wanting
interesting.
to see this for like 20 years. It's been
Yeah.
percolating out there.
And like I say, every now and then you get a nugget, but then it's just like with Black Adam or Black Panther or whatever, it's just kind of, oh, is it on? Is it? Oh, I'll sit down and watch it. And like with Black Adam, it was, yeah, it's all right. They spent
Shit.
how much money on it, and I'm just sat there going, it's all right. Because it's just another superhero movie, so.
You're out.
Seems
You're
like
out.
shit.
You're out of touch, man.
I'm not out of
Shall
touch.
we-
It's
shall we
the
Christmas
children
it
that
up,
are
then?
out of touch. Okay, so let's
Come
move
on,
on then
Phil.
to. All right, come on. I've had a long day actually. I've only just got back in from bloody work today. Right, banners. Where are we? Best Christmas movies. Gremlins. The end. See you next week, everyone. No, so.
Gremlins 2.
That's not set during Christmas, though, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
I can't remember.
And if it's
now.
not, who cares? No, that's right. It's set at Arbor Day. Just like when Kate's, when her dad, her aunt fell off of a tree or something. I don't know.
Oh, happy Easter, everybody. Oh, no, not at Easter. My mother was dressed up as a rabbit and goes mauled
Get
by
her out of
15
here. Get her out of
foxes.
here.
Okay, so our best Christmas movies. We put together quite a list of stuff, so let's call up our list. As you can see, I'm fully prepared for this. Hang on, where is all this?
Oh, I just gobbled down a roast dinner. I'm bloated.
Well, before we
shut
get
up.
started in that, I do want to talk about Christmas Story Christmas with Sean for a few
Yes.
seconds.
Hang on.
Don't hurt
Take-
yourself.
Load
there,
up.
Phil.
Take your
Gonna load
time.
up the World Cup while you're doing that.
No, I'm misspelling stuff. Hang on. Right, there we go. Right, do that. There we go. Right, and so, okay, so yeah, Christmas Story Christmas. How professional was that? Seamless.
It was seamless.
You put the sag in segue, baby.
I love to see a professional at work.
Thank you. Now, you guys have seen this. It's funny because just before we came on air, myself and Matt have said that we've seen the original Christmas Story, and both of us. No, you said, Matt, you haven't seen it at all, have you?
Never even heard of it.
And I watched it once and was just sort of, it was all right. But you guys are ready to, shoot us in the face because of the blasphemy we've just uttered, aren't you?
We're ready to put your eye out. Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, Sean, saw the original Christmas Story in the theater, so I was like one of the 5 people that did, and the others were people in my family. I know it didn't do that well first time around. It did okay, but it didn't. It wasn't a massive hit, and it didn't become a massive hit until TBS started rerunning it, and then it became like a perennial Christmas classic. And now it's 24 hours of A Christmas Story. They show it like 6 times.
Yeah.
Or 8 times. No, it'd be 12 times. 12 times in a day.
Anyway.
And it's the story of Ralphie wanting to get his BB gun. Peter Billingsley is the kid, and I forget the other kids' names. And then you had
Flick.
Yeah. And then Darren McGavin is the old man.
Oh. Wait a minute. I've got a request to say something based. The 19th Amendment was a mistake. I think we can all agree with that around the holidays.
I take the 5th Amendment.
His wife.
I'm going to look up what it is.
Yeah, me and Aggie are going,
That's the one that give women the right to vote.
Yeah. Now, my wife wouldn't have known that, but now she does, so now you screwed me.
I'm sorry. Oh, you've been telling her all this time that women can't vote.
I mean, what's next? They're going to let them drive? Oh,
not in the Middle East.
Now I got to get her all new burkas. What's wrong with you, man?
It's like, oh man. Now she's going to want to show her ankle skin and vote. Come on, that's too much.
Calm down, there, mate. Calm down. Anyway,
so Melinda Dillon is the mother, and it's a lot of little vignette stories that are interspersed against the larger backdrop of him wanting to get this BB gun, and it takes place in like 1940, and it's just funny and warm, and it has a great ending, and I just loved it.
It's pure Americana, and that's probably why you guys haven't really seen it or cared about it, because it really touches on what most of us consider to be the peak years of the those couple of decades of the country's like highest peak, not counting the 80s. So it really is nostalgic, even for guys like us. It's never even certainly weren't born then. Yoda probably was, but
ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a very innocent, wholesome time, and it legit was, so it's very, it really.
I never thought I'd hear the words wholesome and nice coming out of Sean's mouth.
I know, it shocked me too that this was
must be the Christmas hat.
It's the hat.
He's cutting off the circulation to his brain.
He's an old softy, no matter what you say.
Why is he doing that? Why are you doing that every time you drink your drink?
Shout out to Steel Worldwide on YouTube. You don't know this guy?
No.
Oh, you'll have to look him up when we get off here. He drinks like those big 40-ounce liquors, though. He goes up, he taps it, ding, 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 and then he gets progressively drunk while he's watching the news, and he wears a ski mask. It's hilarious.
I love when I have to cut this thing up, or Phil and I have to cut this thing up for clips later on. How we go off on all these irrelevant tangents.
He asked. He asked.
It's great. It's really helpful.
I asked because that's the 3rd time you've done it, and I thought I'm supposed to be missing out on some sort of secret hand signal or something.
Yeah, well, it kind of was.
Expose one of my nipples or something like that.
Sean, Eggy doesn't know about it, so don't do it. Right? Don't do the drink. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, how would you sell a Christmas Story Christmas to me and Aggie then?
Lots of rape. It's great.
Oh, okay.
Zero rape.
Ralphie goes to the Farguses, right? And all those years of those dogs, he shoots the dogs with a shotgun right in the face in front of the kids.
First of all, sir, it's the Bumpuses.
I'm sorry. And the Bumpuses. He bends over an old woman Bumpus, yanks the skirt down, and it's bloody. It's great. Because he's got this, like, you know the movie Seven? Where the killer makes that one guy put on, like, the sword dildo?
Yeah.
So Ralphie was ahead of his time. This is a sequel.
I'll tell you, this sequel really went in directions I wasn't expecting.
That's what made it so great.
I'm just about to buy it on Amazon.
You were expecting another nice Christmas story and everything else, but no.
No,
he really did shoot the guy's eye out and then pulled it out and then ate it. I was shocked.
No,
okay, come on, seriously.
Okay, for real. It is a very good continuation of the original. Ralphie's grown up. The best part is Ralphie is still Ralphie. He's not like, we don't get modern, dark Scott Snyder Ralphie. We don't get a Ralphie ground down from the world. His imagination's still as good as it ever was. He's still prone to daydream and have sort of these like borderline psychotic breaks with reality fantasies. But no, it's real. It's for all ages, and it's nice.
You know what I was really shocked about that I love that they did? His wife is nice. She's fine, but she has her little, like the ice skating thing.
Yeah.
Where she doesn't even make it off the porch and falls and breaks her leg. And she's a human. She's not girl boss. She's a human.
And that brings up something that I forgot to mention in my written review, is that while Ralphie has his little struggles, it's not the typical what you expect of modern dad. He's not made to look like a fool or an incompetent idiot. You know, he's not the butt of every joke or this imbecile like every sitcom or movie now. So he's a regular guy, and you get to, and his wife is a regular chick. She's like I said,
they're good at some things and they're bad at some things, and that's fine.
The good thing about the broken leg gag is that the lead up to it makes you think she's going to be like this, Russian Olympic level skater. And then she walks out and immediately falls down. It's like, except that she can't skate at all, even though she loves it, and it's a really good gag. Yeah,
that was. I love that. I love that they made the kids decorate while they just sat there and drank.
Yeah.
Which I have taken up that mantle that my parents left me, by the way.
Nice.
And I like that Ralphie tried to be as smooth as this old man as far as buying a Christmas tree, which give the old man credit. He was awesome at buying a Christmas tree, and Ralphie completely sucks at it. But then Ralphie is like awesome at getting all the gifts properly. Like he went through the store and just killed it. Right now they ended up getting all the gifts stolen, which kind of sucked. But I mean, it wasn't like, okay, I kept thinking there was going to be this big thing where they're going to get all the gifts back. It's going to be no, they just did the best they could with what they had, which was great. I loved it.
I've got to ask here, Heidi, you're not American, are you? Because she says
Heidi is the great grandchild of a former.
Easy.
I'm just telling the truth.
Easy.
She knows how to speak German. I'll put it that way.
And then she said, when she fell off, it was so predictable, I almost shut it off. You got further than we did, Heidi, because me and Matt didn't even watch it.
I'll tell you a line from that.
I might check it out, though. I'm going to check it. Can I just ask a quick question? So if the first one is set in, what do you say, the 40s and 50s?
It's actually, it's set in like 35 or something. It's
1940.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It is absolutely 1940.
If
because
you say
it's like, remember they have, because Wizard of Oz came out in 39, and they had the Wizard of Oz parade in there, and it was, I think he mentions 1940, but I know that's 1940, and I think this one is 1970.
Yeah, it's in the 70s. Yeah, the new one is different.
I'm going to check them out.
I tell you, there was some really, having recently lost my own dad, there was some really touchy moments there in it, Especially, she says a line that's so cliche, or he says it, and it's so lame and cliche, but I was like, oh, man. And he's like, oh, I never, my dad made it look so easy, even though it wasn't. And his mom says, of course, that's what good parents do. And it's like, oof,
Nice.
oof. Because let me tell you, there was a period.
It could be cliche if it's true.
Yeah, it's true, But I mean, there was a period where my dad was off work for a couple of years. He got hurt very bad in coal mines, and there was nothing. There was no difference in my lifestyle that I could tell as a 10-year-old, and I know now looking back that it was a hell of a strain on him, But they did not let it come through at all, and and that really was like, man, that was
My parents, same way. My dad lost his entire business for a couple of years, had to start up from scratch. My mom was working in a job that she hated, but we did all right. I never really noticed until didn't understand until much later when I had to go through some of the same shit.
Phil's dad was gay the whole time, and he never knew it until recently.
True.
I told you, I got my dad here.
He's in this box.
Are you okay in there, Daddy?
I thought that the interesting thing was bringing back all the kids as adults. It was like the original actors. Even Randy, the little brother, was the same guy. I was shocked.
I wonder what the deal with that was, because he was not in it much at all, and I was like, "Where's Randy?" And I thought, did the actor die? But he did. Nope. He does show up in it, but maybe because he doesn't act anymore, he was like, I don't want to be in it too much. But
I think a lot of it had to do with
Farkas is back in it too. Yeah,
Farkas is back in it, and he has a nice little redemption, I thought.
Yeah.
I like the. As I understand, Gene Shepard's kids really had a hand in this was some of his last stuff that he had done, and he really had a hand in making sure that, making sure that it was the way he would have done it.
Yeah.
And it definitely comes through. It feels like a proper sequel.
This is not this does not feel like a cash in 40 year later sequel. It feels like a legit everybody gave a shit sequel. Hang
on. No, it's only a proper sequel if they gender swapped Ralphie. So is he still a man in this?
Well, we don't.
He's still a man.
He's still a man. Define man, Phil. Because I'm not
What is
really
a
sure.
man?
What is a man? Because I can't.
I'll show you.
He's got his dad right there.
You okay in there, Daddy?
It is, but for real, it's a great movie. We even get callbacks to the first film. We get a little glimpse of the Red Rider.
That's when I finally, at the very, very end, and I won't spoil it, but the very, very end, as it ended, that's the one I was like,
yeah,
got me. You got me.
That's why I didn't even want to talk about it, because I was like, that's too much. Can you believe that this piece of artwork gave me an emotional reaction? Oh my God.
I know.
It's so gay.
Gay boy.
I was just going to say here, just to counterbalance this, I just made a quick banner here of the UK Christmas. Now,
nobody cares.
Yes, we do. There's loads of people.
We invented it.
Oh yeah, we did. Well, no, surely Jesus did, didn't he?
now you're selling it out for Ramadan or something. I don't know.
Yeah, obviously Jesus invented Christmas. It's his birthday. He had a big birthday party one year, and it was so legendary that people were like, "Man, that dude knows how to throw a fucking party, man."
I mean, what do you? I mean, there's no kind of like Christmas movies that I remember. British Christmas movies.
Scrooge, the 1970 version, that was always on telly.
Well, no, see, to me, it's so weird because to me, I always remember at Christmas time they would show stuff like The Great Escape.
Star Wars. Superman.
Well, no, The Great Escape and Sound of Music are the ones I always remember. So whenever I see them, I always think, it's a Christmas movie. Because they always played them at Christmas on the BBC.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Lisa Downs, who did that Life After Flash, she said that the UK plays Flash Gordon. I thought it was every Christmas, but maybe it's a different holiday. But like Flash Gordon is really big in the UK for some reason. It's like a big event.
There you go, Anonymuso has just said, I'd actually like to know how the UK Christmas is different from the US Christmas.
They eat Christmas. They eat Christmas goose on Christmas Day instead of turkey. That's the difference.
No, we
And
don't. Well, no, some
everybody
people do
gets-
have goose, but
We have
Everybody gets issued a crutch from the NHS so they can, God bless us, everyone.
no. The funny thing is, I mean, we
everyone
do.
speaks like that.
Yeah,
Their kids
yes,
come.
exactly.
Their kids come in after realizing carbon credit has taken away all their chances at any plastic toys, and they take their little porridge and they go, "Please, Father,
can
may I
have
have
some
some more?
More?
More?"
No, I mean, in the UK, you do have the tradition of the Queen's speech or the King's speeches now is on at
I
like
can't
3
wait.
o'clock in the
Oh,
afternoon.
listen, I've got to tune in for the Queen's speech this year because that's going to be pretty impressive.
I'm still fine.
It's just 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes of her corpse.
Yeah, slowly, jaw
And then-
falls
but then-
off.
No, but then you're going to get old people watching it going, "Oh, she was better than last year, wasn't she? Better than last year." It's making a lot more sense. Yeah.
But you
no, I
are
think,
right, Phil. There isn't really any standout
like,
Christmas
I
films,
suppose
like traditional ones anyway, that are British, apart from
No.
Scrooge 1970. That's what I could think of.
yeah, like I say, I mean, there is obviously sort of Scrooge is very Dickens and so very, very British and stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, Christmas wasn't about Christmas movies. It was Morecambe and Wise and specials of. I'm just trying
It
to
was
think
more
of the
TV specials rather than
TV
Christmas
specials and
movies.
stuff. Yeah, because I can't imagine you guys have heard of Morecambe and Wise, have you?
Fuck no, nobody gives a shit about that.
See,
Only
you're
False
missing out.
Naughty Christmas special. It's all them sort of
Exactly.
things.
Exactly.
Did they play Frosty the Snowman and the Rudolph the little what do you
No,
call that?
Never
What
seen
do you,
them.
what is that?
Rudolph.
What is
Rankin
that called?
Bass.
The red-nosed.
No, it's not it's animated, but it's not cartoon.
Oh, the
It's
snowman.
It's
The
stop motion.
Stop. Yeah, did they have those? Did they play those?
Never
over
seen
there?
it. Never
Dude,
seen
you're
it.
you're
No
missing
No
out
Rankin
on some-
Bass. What about Charlie
I
Brown
don't know if I
Christmas?
have.
You guys got to have that, right?
Yeah, Charlie Brown.
No.
No.
Jesus, you guys have
No.
suffered. We really need to invade and free those people. Yeah.
Bring our
Good luck
fucking
with
team
that.
back if you do.
Is there any oil? Is there any oil in the UK because they need some real freedom?
We got to liberate them from the Hindu Muslim war that's going on right now.
We had sort of like animated specials like the Snowman.
Oh, yeah,
which was
the
like,
Snowman.
we're walking in the air. That thing. And
That is
was
so.
always
You know,
kind of-
I watched that a couple years ago. Again, they used to play it for us in school. Like the day before we got off for Christmas break, and I remember sitting there and like. But I watched it recently the other day. It was on YouTube, and I was like, "This is so fucking weird," and I was like,
it's really trippy.
it's so surreal. It is, isn't it? It is. It's
It
very-
used to-
A typical UK Christmas special is like the little matchstick girl, where a little poor girl tries to sell matches and she can't. She dies in the snow. The end.
Yeah.
That's a UK Christmas special.
That's a cheery Christmas special for us.
I got a movie pitch idea about a chimney sweep in London in Christmas at the dawn of the industrial age, and he gets that ball cancer that's only chimney sweeps would get. You know what I'm talking about? And he's only like 5, and he's got these big swollen up black cancerous balls. Stop me if this isn't an original idea, because I don't want to like.
I'm trying
Give
to
it away.
understand how
Sean,
he sweeps
Sean.
chimneys that would
I'm
happen.
trying not to
No,
imagine
Sean.
a 5-year-old's bollocks.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, can you please not mention the great Chimney Boy Sweep massacre of the 1800s? We're still quite tender about it.
That is a real thing, by the way. That really did happen, unfortunately.
Oh,
Well, I
nice.
mean, to be honest with you, that's the sort of Christmas films we have. I mean, Anamoto said A Christmas Carol. Yeah, Scrooge 70. I think it's the same thing. But we did have like thing like Mary Poppins. That was classed as probably a Christmas film over.
Yeah.
it.
I thought all
Always
chimney
shown
sweeps
at
were just
Christmas.
enjoying the hell out of themselves and jumping in and out and dancing on the rooftops.
I
They
bet
were
they-
Yeah,
getting
that's
ball,
exactly it.
ball cancer. That's shocking.
Oh, blimey, Mary Poppins.
Does anybody,
Now I want
You
to
know
sing
what?
a song in
Mary
Mary Poppins.
Poppins, can you use
we're
your
all
magic
chimney
to get rid of
sweeps.
me ball cancer?
We're all chimney sweeps. We've all got a bollock cancer.
I want to. Let's pitch a rated R version of that, and to where Mary Poppins calls everybody a cunt. Oi, cunt!
But posh, she's got to do it posh, Sean.
I can't do
Hello,
it.
you
I
little-
don't.
Hello, you little cunts. Come to play. Let's go and play with the penguins in the park.
You know the best parody of that is the one from The Simpsons where she the Mary Poppins type character comes in to help the Simpsons out.
Yeah.
What was her name? I can't remember.
Oh,
but
Sherry Bobbins.
Sherry Bob. That was one of the best episodes they ever did.
My favourite line from
laughed
that was, "Sing us another song, Sherry Bobbins. I'm not a bloody jukebox."
Yeah.
I laughed myself sick for like 5 minutes straight when she got sucked into the jet engine.
Yeah.
I just lost it. You think we'll ever see her again, Dad? I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
That was it. Anna Musso says Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is set during Christmas. No, actually, what is the name of that actual Christmas Harry Potter movie? They're mad.
Harry Potter with the bloody starfish.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's the one.
Sorcerer's Stone was set the entire year. They just had a Christmas moment in it.
It's actually
Yeah, 'cause
Philosopher's
you-
Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know.
That's right, because us Americans don't know what philosophers
You
are.
didn't
What
know
kind of-
philosopher was.
It's Mexico.
Actually,
right?
they actually have a point there. We really don't.
It's Harry
You-
Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
You know what? Don't. How can you? Harry Potter exists in a world where there's magic and wizards and alternate weird side dimensions, but then people believe in Jesus and God. I don't. How did those two things?
That's his.
Where do
that's
you
his
think all the
classic.
magic comes from, Sean?
That's
Come
the
on.
classic. Is when they said they did the Flintstones Christmas special. So it was the Flintstones set 2,000 years before Jesus was even born, celebrating his birthday.
At one of my old jobs, I worked for this woman and worked with this woman, and she was like, it was in 2000, 2001 or something like that. And one of the Harry Potter movies comes out, that was really at the height of, I turned to her and I said, "So are you taking your daughter to see that new Harry Potter movie?" And she's like, "No, I'm not, because that's satanic." And I really had a moment where I started to laugh, like, good one. And then I stopped myself because she was pretty religious, and I was getting ready to be like, and I was like,
Oh, right. Good for you.
yeah.
One of my sons, he's 23 now, so he would have been 10 or so when Harry Potter came out, and one of his friends was a Jehovah's Witness, and he wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter.
When I was in grade school, one of the kids in my class was a Jehovah's Witness, and they would every time we had like any kind of like Valentine's Day party, Christmas, whatever, they would take him and he'd have to go sit in the cafeteria because he wasn't allowed to,
I can explain the Flintstones though. That's if you really think about it, it makes a lot more sense. The Flintstones isn't like a prehistoric era. The Flintstones is post the nuclear apocalypse when no electricity works anymore.
Oh, and the dinosaurs are really used to be people
Just
from
mutations.
They're mutated dogs and stuff like that,
And
and
okay. Hair fell out.
but that's how they're trying to recreate the Earth as it was. That's why it seems like a suburban kind of place.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to quote one of your Native American politicians, I'm going to go and get myself a beer.
First of all, it would have been firewater. Second of all,
It's indigenous losers, Matt, is the proper nomenclature. I think I told you that.
Heidi's
even
just said
invent the
that
wheel.
one of the torture techniques in Guantanamo was reading the Muslims' Harry Potter books, but they all got hooked on them.
That doesn't surprise me.
This will get them. And what happened next? Well, I'll tell you tomorrow. Oh.
that's the torture.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. The best Christmas movies.
A Christmas Story.
Okay. I've
End it.
got the list here. I've got
Wait a
list
minute.
here.
Wait a minute. Before let's start. They're not in any kind of order. So
No.
Matt just saw what I consider a modern day Christmas classic last night, and I think is
Oh God,
top tier movie is Fat Man. What'd you
I watched
think
it
about it,
last
Matt?
night.
And what'd you
I
think?
really liked it. I
It's
did
great.
really
never
like
saw it.
It's great.
It's good fun. It's good fun.
It's like Father Christmas based in reality, isn't it? I mean, it's just of the miserable grind that he has to go through to sort of make these toys and everything else. And yeah, I love Fat Man. I thought it was brilliant.
It was really good.
The villain in it is makes it.
Which one was
Is this
it?
the one
Kid or
with
the
Gibson?
Mel Gibson, King Mel to you. But Walt Goggins or Goggins, how do you?
Yeah, that's it. With the dentures.
Yeah, it's great. So good.
It's good. It's an hour and a half. Just switch off, sit back, and just enjoy it because it's ridiculous and quirky, and it's just fucking stupid, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I mean, it's got a great action shootout at the end.
Yeah,
it's
Mel's
great.
brilliant. Well, when he's Mel, brilliant, but he's good. He's so good in it.
But his wife, Matt, in the movie, she's blick.
One of my kids said that. He came in. He said, "What are you watching?" I went, "The Fat Man." He went, "What's it about?" Well, it's just like some weird Father Christmas film with Mel Gibson. He went, "Oh, who's that woman?" I went, "Well, that's his wife." He went, "Well, why is Father Christmas married to a black woman?" I was like, "What? I don't fucking know. I didn't write the thing." And then he went, "Well, why is she English?" I was like, "Look, I don't know. Why is fucking Father Christmas in it?"
And then your son said, "But, Dad, she's blick."
Click.
But it was good. It was very good, and I really enjoyed it.
It is great. It is a minor masterpiece.
I'll give it a watch. I haven't watched
Listen, it's a lot of fun, and the bad guy in it is
Yoda.
He's the kind of bad guy that you love because it's so he's every time he's on screen you look forward to it. You really do. He's got the best lines in the movie. He's at one point this woman's like going on to him. He's like, "You remind me of my mom. Just like her, you wouldn't know when to shut the fuck up and listen," or something.
Yes, really horrible. Just really fucking horrible.
Come on, son. It could be any woman. Come on.
Well,
I need to see it again. I haven't seen it for a long time, but I do remember liking it. But it's going to have to go back on the list. I think because it's now the Christmas season. Happy days. So we've got some films here. Die Hard, the classic Christmas movie.
Shane Blackiest time of the year.
Yep.
Shame, yeah. Die Hard is a Christmas film. I don't care what anyone
Yeah,
says.
I agree. I think it is. Yeah.
The only thing somebody needs to turn it into a musical.
Say it like, but Theo, it's Christmas. It's the time of miracles.
Who's got to say that?
Speaking of which, can we talk about how the quarterback is toast?
The quarterback is toast.
That actor died last week. Rest in peace. I did love him.
Oh, did he really?
Theo, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's blick.
Yeah, I know.
You can still die, mate.
Not you to death, mate.
Sometimes black cracks.
Just ask George.
Anyway,
easy.
What else?
What did he die of?
I
think it was cancer, wasn't it?
I think it was the policeman's
monkeypox.
Oh, right, no, sorry, the other guy. Right.
It's an unspecified illness of an unspecified origin.
Yeah.
Okay, so
wait a minute. Isn't the dude the black cop? Did he die? What's his Reginald Johnson?
No, he's still
no,
alive.
he's still alive.
Is it true that? It seemed like I heard somebody tell me once he was gay. Is that true in real life? Gay, not just like gay in a movie.
Never met him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd heard that. That's the same dude from the stupid Family Matters TV show, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure he played the same character.
I think he did too. Yeah.
I that's my headcanon. The cop that let out the Ghostbusters in the first Ghostbusters out of jail. Ghostbusters, they want to talk to you. He's a cop there.
Sorry.
He's in Die Hard, and he's the cop in Family Matters, and I think he was somewhere else. He's got his start as a chauffeur in Crocodile Dundee, and I in my headcanon, he's all the same guy.
So just going to put up the comment there from Heidi. Said Sean hates sports ball because he got kicked off baseball practice for throwing like a girl. I can completely agree with that.
No, I got kicked out of the Girl Scouts for eating a brownie.
He wasn't throwing like a girl. He was throwing a girl. Like
throwing. I was throwing girls. Throwing it at girls.
They didn't like that.
Oh. Right. Okay. Next one then. Let's go with something a bit more comical.
Oh, hold on. Can I just ask? Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Yes.
Yes. 3 against
You have
1.
my-
You
Okay,
lose.
I'm so sick of this fucking argument. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
a
that's
Christmas
fair.
movie.
Well, good, shut
a
up
Christmas
then.
movie is made about Christmas. Die Hard is just set at Christmas, but we've decided that it's a fucking Christmas movie because there's Christmas imagery in it. Whatever. It's an awesome action flick. Let's not take away from its ultimate action movie. It's the best
And on
action
a
movie.
suit.
We
It's
don't
just
have to
said
make
Die
it a
Hard is
Christmas, movie.
That's 4 against 1.
I
don't
just
give
got
a shit.
I
I'm
just
right.
got a text from Cecil. You want me to ask him if he wants to join us?
Sure.
You can do, yeah.
He
Good
probably can't, but I'll invite him.
Ask him.
Right,
Well, I'm
Elf.
going to.
Elf.
Do it, man.
With
Elf
Will
is
Ferrell.
garbage.
Elf
I
is-
hate that movie.
I was going to say it's
Fucking
one of the
love
only, it's one of those rare movies which I actually made Will Ferrell maybe laugh like in it once.
I feel like it's the same man-child bullshit, and I hate that movie. I think it's terrible. I hated
I
it
love
from the
it.
day it came out. I don't know why it's such a classic. I just want to punch him in the face the entire movie.
I don't know. There are
I'm
moments
rooting
in it.
for
I
the-
like it.
I'm rooting for the midget that kicks his ass. That's where I'm at.
The dwarf. That, no,
The
it's
dwarf,
elf,
whatever.
The elf. I was going to say sorry. The elf that kicks his ass.
Yeah, well, he was
Call
right.
me
that he
Alf
should
one more
have.
time.
He should have kicked Will Ferrell's ass. I'm fine with it. Not for what he was saying, just because he's Will Ferrell and he's playing a stupid man baby again.
The bit I did like in Elf, and I don't know why this makes me giggle, but it's when he's in his dad's office and his dad's phone picks up, and he just picks up the phone and goes, "Hi, I'm Buddy. What's your favorite color?"
I hate
I love Elf.
I don't know
I
why.
love Elf.
I hate that movie.
None of that shit makes me laugh. I
Not me
don't know
neither.
why.
Oh, mate, I fucking love it.
Bloody
I don't-
And
hell.
I'm, listen,
Yeah.
I'm
Did
not
you-
even going to say sorry. Will Ferrell cracks me up. I don't know why,
Did-
because he's saying.
Oh no, I
he
don't
plays the
find him
same-
very funny.
Ralphie
He plays
makes
the same part every time, but he just makes
Yeah,
me
he
laugh. I
does.
just look at him.
Peter Billingsley has a cameo in that movie. If you didn't know that,
Well, he's friends with Favreau, so that's how he ended
Yeah.
up in Iron Man, and then they brought him back for Far From Home, I think, and he was the guy that can't build something in a cave with a box of scraps like Tony Stark.
I got to say no, because Matty just said that Will Ferrell, has never made him laugh. It makes him laugh all the time. Will Ferrell's never made me laugh, but the other day I saw him get hit by a bus. So
Well, hold on. Oh, I've lost it. Carry on. Fuck it.
Did you
I had
just fart?
this
It's
ready
the
for
professionalism.
I had this ready for when you cracked a shit joke. Ready?
yeah.
I wasn't prepared.
not so happy that you had that planned.
I had it already.
And I'm not so happy that you couldn't execute it worth a shit. That's what I'm not so
I
happy.
know. Well,
Yeah.
I was watching
All
this
that
on-
planning and you fail utterly. You
I'll
disgust
try
me.
again later.
I
I'll
gave
try
you
again later.
plenty of opportunities, and you
I
failed.
know. I know.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to another. This one that we can agree on is funny because it's got Bill Murray in it, and that is Scrooged.
I like Scrooged a lot.
Scrooged is great because ultimately you have got Bill Murray, but it is just a great story and just very, very well done. It's directed by Richard Donner of all people. It's like
Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel.
Frankie Angel,
Niagara
Niagara
Falls.
Again, my favourite line in that is this: is it a choo-choo train? No, it's 4 pounds of veal.
Yeah.
Hey, shut up! That was a good one.
I just love Carol Kane playing the
Yeah.
so happy, nice Christmas Ghost of Christmas Past, who just kicks the shit out of Bill Murray every
brilliant.
5 seconds.
Ghost of Christmas Present.
Is it present? I forget.
Boy,
But
they-
she just beat
they
the
sure-
shit
Oh,
out
yeah.
of him.
Yeah.
They sure canceled her. They've canceled her, though, ain't they?
Did they? Why?
Yeah,
What'd she do?
long time ago. Oh, she come out and was like, pretty solidly Republican and saying some unapproved speak. Oh, it's been years ago, and they
I did not know
canceled
that.
her. Yeah,
I wonder
yeah.
what happened to her.
They called her
Heidi?
crazy.
I was going to say, Heidi, we are getting to that movie. But yeah, Scrooge is a good one. I also I know, Sean, you're going to say that he's all gone weird in real life, but I love Bobcat Goldthwait in it as well.
It's not that he's went weird. He's always been a left of shit lib.
Who?
I
Who's
just
this
liked
guy?
him in that. The guy who ends up trying to shoot Bill Murray at the end. He gets fired, and then his wife.
With his stupid voice in Police.
Yeah, the guy was in all those Police Academy movies.
Yeah,
I liked him in that. Bobcat Goldthwait. I liked him in that.
I love Bill Murray's take on their the commercial he draws up for their special acid rain, nuclear war, road rage.
It's also the little things of like, who was it? Oh, I can't remember his name now, but it's was it Burt Reynolds sort of like rescuing Santa from the elves or something or other? And it was
not Burt Reynolds, you fucking idiot.
I can't remember who was
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors.
Oh, that's right, Lee Majors. You know what's crazy
the
about
night
that movie?
the night the reindeer died.
That's right.
You know it's all that satire that they do, and it's like if you watch Christmas commercials, they're like they unironically they do that stuff now. It's like, hey, this Christmas when you get the family together, you know what you need? A truck, a 4-wheel drive monster V8 Ford F550. Like what the fuck?
Over here, there's a national chemist over here called Boots. And they're known for like basically selling plasters and condoms and stuff like that. And even they have Christmas adverts, for the one you love. And I'm thinking, for the one you love, I got you some Vaseline and some condom. Happy Christmas.
No, not your kids. You're what's wrong with you?
And like I say, the way they tie in Christmas with stuff nowadays is quite
But
funny.
I mean, it's like Scrooge was almost a warning of all that, and yet that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, Eggy made a good suggestion, and I did want to bring this up because I've been sitting on it all week.
Here we go.
One of his favorite Christmas films is The Passion of Christ. You know, the one where they nail baby Jesus to the cross.
I was corrected.
We'll get to that with our Easter movies.
It's not just because it's got Jesus in it. It doesn't mean it's a Christmas film. Otherwise, we could say Life of Brian. Oh, I love that as a Christmas movie.
As Dean would say, it's not my proudest fap.
I love the South Park take on it. They were like, "This is a snuff film." What the hell?
I know. That was my mistake. I thought you saw him being born. I thought you saw Mary getting rogered by God at the beginning, but I was wrong.
Again, mate, you're looking on Pornhub again for videos. Don't do your research on Pornhub, all right? Just stick to the IMDb. There was a lady over here, and she was interviewing somebody, and it was kind of like a what do you call him, Ali G. So she was playing an idiot, and she's going, so Jesus, lots of people drew Jesus, and we either see him as a baby or a man on a cross. So did anybody think of ever doing him as a baby on a cross? And this woman's going, no. And she's like, oh, she's missed a trick there because you could have probably made a lot of money on that. Oh, shut up.
Bad Santa and Anonymosu would like to nominate Bad Santa 2003.
I don't know about that one. That's
never seen it.
Too mean-spirited.
It's I mean, I
sorry,
kind of
did Sean just say
time, but
too mean-spirited?
I know. What the hell?
What's fucking Hat doing to him?
No, give
us back our Sean, evil robot.
It's very fun. No, listen, it's very funny and entertaining, and I like it. But it's too mean-spirited for a Christmas movie, Well, wait a minute. I can't say that because I'm going to
like Die Hard, where you blow people away and tear them in half and everything.
I'm getting ready to talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night. What am I talking about here? It just doesn't feel like a Christmas movie to me, though.
Definitely shouldn't have had a sequel. I guarantee that.
Yeah, not especially as long as it took.
Yeah.
Okay, Lethal Weapon. Again, that's not based around Christmas, though, is it? I mean, that's based around
Christmas.
It is during Christmas. Every
Wait a minute, are you using
Christmas
my
dinner.
Die Hard argument on Lethal Weapon? What the hell? Phil, pick a lane.
Let's just all disagree with Yoda. This is fun.
Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
I can get that from my wife.
I love to watch Lethal Weapon. I love to watch Lethal Weapon around Christmas. So to me,
and do you know what? a few years back, I've got 4 sons. A few years back, my wife sat down. She went, "Can we watch a Christmas film?" And all the boys voted for Lethal Weapon. she had to sit there and watch it. Sit there going, "This is just shit."
I wonder how long before we put Iron Man 3 in this discussion.
Yeah. Home Alone. Now, there's a Christmas movie. He gets his Christmas wish of getting his family back and stuff. And I still hold quite a soft spot for Home Alone. I still think it's funny.
Oh, it's a fantastic film.
I do too. And if you loved it, you should love Home Alone 2 because it's the same goddamn movie.
Heidi brought up Home Alone 2 earlier. And also, Home Alone has got the added bonus of starring Donald Trump. So, I mean,
right.
Happy days.
President Trump, if you don't mind.
Did you hear Disney Plus, I think, cut that part out?
Did they actually do it, though?
I don't know for sure, and I don't have it. Did they? Did they really? Jesus Christ. What petty pieces of shit.
It's really weird because I've seen Home Alone several times, but I don't think I've ever watched all of Home Alone 2 in one go.
You know, the funny thing about Home Alone is any one of those booby traps that they fall for would have given them permanent brain damage or killed them.
I know, yeah. I got to say, actually, just to bring us really down for a second, there was a kid over here called Jamie Bulger who was killed by two teenagers.
Oh, you animal. I'm going for a wee while you discuss this.
He knows what I'm on about. But basically, when it all kicked off and everything else, all the newspapers over here were saying that this kid was killed because of, I think it was Child's Play. It came out at the same time. And I was thinking, no. That kid had his head bashed in by bricks. He died because of Home Alone 2. Because there's a scene in Home Alone 2 where he throws bricks at these guys' heads and they just get up. And it's like, I'm sure kids watched that and said, "Oh yeah, bricks don't hurt. Oh yeah, bricks are fine." Right, okay, let's move on to something a bit more cheery then. What about a bit more cheery? Gremlins. That's another great Christmas film. Oh, that lovely speech by Phoebe Cates about how she lost her
They pulled my dead father's body out of the chimney.
And that's how I found out that there's no Santa Claus.
The best part of that movie is when the woman on the electric stairwell gets shot out the window.
Flo from Alice.
Yeah.
I just love. That's why I love Gremlins 2 so much. When she starts in, "Oh, this Arbor Day," and they just like, "Get her out of here, get her out of here." Or she starts in some other horrible holiday themed disaster.
So, go on.
Gremlins is just fun. A Christmas movie. I don't know. I just enjoy it for what it is. I enjoy both of them, but I just love.
It is
Gremlins
totally a
2
Christmas movie. It's based around. He gets it as a Christmas present. He gets the Mogwai as a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He learns the true spirit of Christmas.
If Lethal Weapon
don't feed him after midnight.
If Lethal Weapon and Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, neither is Gremlins.
That's fair.
I'm not saying
if you want to talk, okay. If you define a Christmas movie as like Miracle on 34th Street or It's a Wonderful Life or Scrooge or those kinds of things, that really is about the meaning of Christmas, and those are Christmas movies. Everything else is just set at Christmas, and they don't have anything to do with the actual holiday.
I don't agree.
If that's
with
the case, then
that's not my policy. That's his policy.
That's my.
I was just going to say,
yeah.
if that's the policy, then All Quiet on the Western Front is a Christmas movie because they played football at one point on Christmas Day. So again, Christmas.
I was getting
not
ready
a Christmas movie then.
I was getting ready to say,
that
what
was
does
only
soccer
one day,
have?
though.
I was getting ready to say, what does soccer have to do with Christmas?
Some of us have standards. God damn it! Still.
Well,
It's this kind of removal of standards is why we end up with Indiana Jones 5. That's all I'm saying.
It's glad to see.
There's a clear line between them, people.
I'm glad to see somebody make a principled stand around here for once.
Fuck yes.
Not bad. It's taken us. It's our resolution for the year, and we've just fulfilled it on the 4th of December. Well done, everyone. Okay. So, A Wonderful Life. Again, that's kind of set around Christmas. It's not. If we're going by his rules, it's not a Christmas movie, is it?
Dog shit movie.
Bullshit. Go to hell.
Dog shit movie.
Oh, the magic of the hat's worn off.
Stupid dog shit movie.
Turn in your hat, sir.
No, it's a dog shit movie.
Great movie.
Boring.
Out of your
I
mind.
think your hat's run out of charge. Plug it
I
back in.
don't. Maybe, but it's a fucking dull ass, boring, fucking smarmy,
Great film.
saccharine bullshit movie.
No.
Oh,
Incorrect.
Sure,
Doing it.
goodness me, how can you say that about that? It's a Wonderful Life. It's such a great film.
I
It's
open my
about
mouth
love and sacrifice, and
I open my mouth and the truth comes out, Phil. That's how I say that about a dog
I'll
shit
tell you
movie.
what, Sean, you're so wrong. I think a wonderful movie is actually.
it's a masterclass. We gotta get that trending. You can download that from the Last Movie Outpost and use it for yourself.
I'm recording it in time.
Oh my god! Mwah, 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 mwah.
I might actually get trending. That's lovely. That's what we need. T-shirts, Last Movie Outpost T-shirts saying that and everything. That's great. That one.
Well done, old thing. Well
Thank
done.
you, sir. Thank you.
I was about to make a good point then. I completely forgot what it was then.
I think you did, sir.
Yeah. Without even moving.
Yeah.
Oh no, but yeah, I'd like to say you can't say that about It's a Wonderful Life. It is a
I can.
masterclass.
No, it's not.
You
Okay.
are
Is it
Even.
a I think there is an argument though, is it a Christmas movie? Because if you think about it, it kind of like everything happens on New Year's, doesn't it? Because they start singing Auld Lang Syne.
Oh.
But they do have the Christmas tree and if a bell rings and all that. But I mean, it doesn't. I mean, Christmas is not
It's
quite
got-
the theme.
It's got that immortal line. Every time you hear a bell, a zombie takes a soul to hell. Great line.
That's what I was going to say. So I do remember
Sounds
this.
legit.
That's
I remember
that's from another movie, which is a better movie anyway.
I remember the Simpsons version of it when they was all in the bank, and they were all sort of, and the guy comes out as James Stewart saying, "The money's not here in the bank. It's in Bill's house and in Bob's house." And Mo Sislak turns around and goes, "Hey, Bill, what the hell are you doing with my money in your house?" And it just
You know
starts a
what?
big fight.
You know what? That is not Jimmy Stewart, but that is a dead-on impression of that actor. I'm not even joking. That is a good impression of that actor. And I cannot think of his name, but he's also in the Sergeant York movie as the preacher. What is that guy? What is?
I wasn't.
Is that Phil Hartman? Who
No.
did that, or was that?
I wasn't. No, I was going to say I wasn't really going for a Jimmy Stewart there, but I mean, if I was going to go for Jimmy Stewart,
He's
I'd
not
do
talking
this-
about
I'd
you.
do
He's
this
talking about
speech-
the Simpsons guy.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I was talking about him. I thought you were trying to imitate that actor from the. I'm sorry.
No, I
If
was.
if that was meant to be a Phil Hartman imitation, it was terrible. If you were trying to imitate that old dude actor, you did a great job.
No.
Would you ever-
I can do a Jimmy Stewart, but only from Harvey. You know, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Harvey. See, that's a decent Jimmy Stewart.
No, it's not.
Matt, you're not
Sounded like
paying
he was having
attention.
a stroke.
Matt's watching the football. That's what he's doing.
Let me pull up. Let me pull up.
Did you ever see? There are two things I thought was always funny that they had done with "It's a Wonderful Life." The first was Friends, where Phoebe didn't know all the endings of sad movies. Like she didn't know Old Yeller got shot and everything. So she says, "Well, watch It's a Wonderful Life. It'll change you." And then she watches it. She shuts it off. She's like, "It's just horrible.
Walter-
the guy loses everything. You didn't get to the end. No, it's the most awful movie."
Walter.
And then the other-
I'm sorry. Walter Brennan is the actor. So that's you sounded just like that dude. That was a very good imitation. Sorry, I just wanted to give you props for that.
But the funniest thing I saw was back in the 80s when Dana Carvey and Phil Hartman were on Saturday Night Live. They did the Lost ending.
Yeah, I have seen that.
It's a Wonderful Life. It's like
Let's go round to Potter's house and get
I
him.
remember what it was. It was. I had the 8,000. I gave it to Mister. Well, let's go get it. I mean, they go running over and they just beat the shit out of him.
Potter.
And they're all singing, yeah, and all the quaint, and they just beating the piss out of Potter and killing him. I'm like going, yeah, I can see why they might have cut that ending.
Funny enough, I mean, thinking about that, the actual Potter in that is a pretty bad guy. You know, I mean, he's pretty evil.
He never gets his
Got the whole
comeuppance, does he?
No.
let's talk about a non-dog shit movie and move on here. What else
Nope,
we
we're
got?
going to talk about this the rest of the stream.
Okay, Star Wars. That's a great sound. That's a great Christmas movie.
Here come the guns. Here come the guns.
All right, let's talk about one Sean wants to talk about, because he would like to talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night, that Christmas classic. That opening scene where Santa Claus is raping that mother's boy is it's a masterclass.
Oh, fuck off.
Bring up the.
Oh,
the
it is. Have you not
soundboard.
seen it?
Bring up the soundboard. Yeah.
Sean, you and I were so close with A Christmas Story Christmas, and then just had to ruin it.
What can I
Silent
say?
Night, what's it called?
I'm a complex
Silent
man.
Night, Deadly Night.
From the 80s.
It's called
Dude.
Sean's a Psychopath.
Dude, it was so controversial.
Example
back
number
in the-
743.
It was so controversial back in the day that the Moms of America protested and got it yanked from the theater. That's how awesome it is.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
I remember
Justified.
that.
Dude
I've got to
loses.
admit,
Dude
even
sees
the-
his. God damn it! Go ahead.
it's the delay. No, go on. You carry
No,
on.
no. Go ahead.
The opening sequence, even I watched it recently, like in the last year or so. Even I was quite shocked, and I've seen kind of every shocking movie out there.
Why
But the
don't you-
opening sequence is pretty
Yeah.
rough.
Why don't you explain it?
In
He
detail.
can't, 'cause he'll get a hard on.
Keep going. Keep going.
Sean's
Hang on a minute.
got his pants around his ankles already. Just go.
I'll find it and stream it. We won't get in trouble. But yeah, basically, this young lad. There's a Santa Claus who's a bloke dressed as Santa Claus, and he's drunk, and he tries to get rob this family, and he ends up. Oh yeah, he saw Yoda's leaflet. That's how bad it is. And the kid
He's got to get
manages
some
to.
hand lotion and tissues.
I can't remember. Doesn't the Santa Claus kill the father and
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
rapes the mother? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
All dressed as Santa Claus, and
Yeah,
this kid's only about like 10.
Yeah, so him and his little brother get stuck in like a orphanage run by nuns, and he's messed up. And later on, he's like working in a store, and they make him dress up as Santa Claus, and he loses his shit, and he grabs an axe, and he just goes around absolutely just slaughtering people the rest of the movie. He even takes Linnea Quigley, shirtless and with no bra, by the way, and picks her up and sticks her on the horns of a mounted deer, impales her on them. One dude's on a sled, and he's coming down the hill. He takes the axe and just pop, bambo. That's great. You should watch it, Matt.
And also, the great ending is it spawns a lot of other kids to hate Santa Claus.
Yeah. The ending is top notch.
Is
Traumatic.
is the sequel the garbage day?
Garbage Day.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not seen that. That goes on the list. I'm gonna put that on my list.
No, it doesn't. Take it off.
I've seen the scene. I haven't seen the whole movie, but how can you? I mean, you can't get away without seeing the scene on the internet.
Take my advice and just watch the first one and leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, the first one was pretty heavy, but yeah, it's a Christmas classic. It's the kind of film you sit down with your kids
Sounds great.
to watch, especially if your kids. Have you been naughty this year, kids? Right. Well, you know what time it is. Time for Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm just going through the rest of our list here. Why was there so much chat in the chat this week?
Cecil can't join us, I'm afraid. That's a shame because Cecil's got some really good knowledge about Christmas Evil, and you better watch out and stuff. He's done some very in-depth videos on those that I encourage anybody to check out.
He's created a lot of Christmas Evil, hasn't he?
I don't know. Cecil? I don't know. He seems not too evil.
Or is that you? I forget which.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, then Batman Returns. That's set around Christmas as well.
I was taking a piss when I put that in there.
But it is set around Christmas. There's lots of decorations and turning on the tree and a black what's it called, Harvey Dent and stuff.
Which one? What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
Batman Returns.
Oh,
The true spirit of Christmas.
Let me tell you something.
If you don't have a black Harvey Dent, you just don't have Christmas.
but he's
What?
blick. He's
but he's
blick.
blick.
I tell you what, the first 1989 Batman movie was lame. The second one is so fucking stupid. It's criminally stupid.
Second one does not
Really?
age well. Yeah, second one's not aged well.
All I
don't
remember
think
is Michelle
that's
Pfeiffer.
well, but
With the exception of Pfeiffer, I think it's probably actually unwatchable these days.
it's a gothic fairy tale kind of thing. It's at least there's something there as opposed to those last two that are just god awful garbage.
Sorry, what is wrong with a man having a funeral where the penguins drag him down into the water? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I think it's fine. I appreciate that he's going for it in the first two in a lot of ways. In the second two, the Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, they're just
Phil, can you
That was done by Schumacher, wasn't it?
can you guys mute my mic for just a second? So Cecil sent me here something that probably doesn't.
We'll have to remove you, I think. Oh no, wait, I can.
No. Yeah, that's mute. No, you just unmuted him. Right, leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Dueling.
Let's talk about him. Let's talk about him behind his back. He'll never watch his back. What a bellend.
Where is he that side? Look.
Right. No, see, again, this one I would bring up. I've just gone through another list here. Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a Halloween and it's a Christmas film. And I still have a very lovely, soft heart and place in my heart for that because I think it's a great film. It's funny.
I can't stand it.
Really? Oh, the animation is beautiful. The songs are great. And the wonderful...
Yeah, the song. I agree with both of you. The animation is great, and the songs are beautiful, and the movie's message is dog shit.
I know a lot of people have said that, but I never took that from
stay,
it. I know other
stay in your
Sean
lane. Stay in your lane. Don't fucking try anything new. Know.
Cecil had a 5-gallon water burst in his house, and it's everywhere. Poor guy. It's terrible. You should, if you go to the goodbadflix.com site, he's got a one-time donation, like PayPal link. It's almost ruined his house here, it looks like. So,
are we pouring ourselves out now?
What caused that?
I don't know. He said rupture, 5 gallons of water into his. Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's got like fans and heaters going, trying to dry up everything. It's terrible. Poor guy.
Hell.
But anyway, if you go to goodbadflix.com, you can donate a little bit.
We'll put a link
I'll donate if he mentions us on his channel because I'm a horrible person.
Why would he want to mention us on his channel?
I'll donate him a bucket.
Only as a bad. The only reason.
Seems like a reasonable transaction here. I don't know.
It's even though Cecil, like, we send each other stuff and talk, like, even Cecil doesn't follow me on Twitter. Which if he did, I would have immediately said, Cecil, don't follow me on Twitter.
I can
imagine the only reason Cecil would mention us is to say don't ever go there. That's the only reason why he would say it.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, I was just looking at where's that list gone. Here's another one. Sean, you'll like this. Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale.
Oh, I love absolutely masterclass of movie. That is so fun.
Ooh,
have you seen it, Matt? Matt, have you seen it?
No, never. What is it about?
It's like
how would you describe it?
what country is that? All these Scandinavian countries are the same to me.
I think it's Norway.
Norway or Finland or what? So these people accidentally uncover the real Santa, which is a giant monster, and all these like his elves, which look like the Santa that we're used to seeing, are they start coming in and they're basically.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a great
it's really
movie.
Good. It's really good.
I've never watched it. I've seen all the trade. Yeah.
It's a really original take on the sort of the Santa Claus story. It's brilliant. It's really, really good.
I'll have a look.
Jingle All the Way. There's a Christmas story for you. Arnie at his best.
No.
What a dog shit movie.
That is a dog shit movie.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh no, that's much better.
I don't know if I've ever. Is that how old is that?
Is that the one with Michael Caine
in it?
Michael Caine, probably late 80s.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Basically, Michael Caine is Scrooge, and all the Muppets are the assembly cast. There's little songs in there.
I know I've seen it. It's been a long time ago, but I've heard that it's like way better than you might think because it's Muppets. Because Michael Caine plays it pretty damn straight, and he's really a good Scrooge.
He is.
Yeah.
Michael Caine is a great actor.
You do get the impression that he actually hates the Muppets all the way through.
Probably did.
Hey, he wasn't acting.
What is that? Yoda, I've been talking to a friend trying to remember the name of the movie, and it's from the 80s, and it's they take and maybe you remember it, but they take the stuff that Santa feeds the reindeer that makes them fly, and they repurpose and sell it to the public, so everybody that eats it and they get it for Christmas, they can fly a little bit. What is that movie? You know what I'm talking about? You remember that one?
Prancer?
Maybe. It's been so long since I've seen it.
I don't think that's Santa Claus the movie.
No, it's not. It's from
Hello,
the 80s.
Leanne. Leanne has joined us just to say hi, Leanne.
Oh,
late for here.
She said hi to herself?
No, she said hi to us.
Oh, okay. I'm putting the link to Cecil's donate to PayPal there into the chat for anybody that wants to.
All right, I'll have a butchers at that.
Help him out, fellas, for real, because he's in trouble with that.
Hang on. So there we go. Oh, which people can't link.
Oh, fuck me. Quickly write that down.
please visit https://
Wait a minute. You should be able to click on it and it take it to you without having to.
Yeah, no. On here you can't, but you can on the site. You can on the site.
Sean, genuine question. And I'm not saying this to be cold-hearted bastard, but it's a genuine question. Is he not insured?
Is he what?
The house
is
insurance.
Cecil insured?
Say it again.
House insurance. Does he not get house insurance? Would that not take care of it?
You know what? That probably falls within the none of my business category. But from the way he talks, because he said he's going to have to do like nonstop streaming later this month to try to make up some money to repair it.
Oh no, yeah, it's Santa Claus the movie.
Okay, is it really
the one with Dudley Moore? Yeah,
Dudley Moore is it?
Oh,
I didn't remember him.
Santa is exhausted by his ever-growing workload, and Anya suggests he enlists an assistant. When toys produced fall apart on Christmas Day, he resigns in disgrace, leaves the North Pole. Meanwhile, the BZ Toy Company, run by Cornelius's unscrupulous step-uncle BZ, is facing a shutdown by the government for producing unsafe toys. Say the company toys are being pulled from the storefront. Patch mistakenly thinks they're very popular, approaches BZ about a job. Hoping to redeem himself in Santa's eyes, he creates lollipops laced with magic powder that allows reindeer to fly, and a flying car which he uses to deliver them to the world's children on Christmas Eve. The lollipops allow people to fly, making him an instant sensation, leaving Santa feeling obsolete and disheartened. Well, this is awesome.
Yeah, shit.
No, have you seen?
It was the reading that got me, and so
it has a rating of 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
20.
I remember.
Bill, can you call up Heidi's last comment, please? I've got something for her.
I
About
remember
Cecil streaming.
He is streaming water right now. That's true.
Then my advice is just keep that memory and don't try to rewatch it, because it's one of those that you'll like. What the fuck was I thinking? Movies.
Heidi, are you one of these?
Heyo.
Hey,
Heidi, you're a woman, and we all know women aren't funny, so leave the jokes to us, the men. That's your Christmas present, baby. Some advice.
Please don't use us four as your template.
There's your Christmas movie for you. There's some Christmas. Forget it.
I'm gonna pay an awful price on Instagram for that comment later.
Hope she don't send you nudes as a punishment.
Yeah.
Hello, Leanne.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Please don't send me. Yeah. Anyway.
Go on then. Next Christmas film. What else we got?
Right.
What about some classics? There must be some really old classics in there.
A Christmas Story.
Well, that would be probably classic. I mean, we're talking 40 years, so yeah, I think.
Oh, what?
You know what?
Wait a minute. Black Christmas.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that one. But before we do that, do you think that A Christmas Story Christmas will have the time? You think it'll stick around? Because I love it, but I don't quite think it will have the, eternal life that A Christmas Story has.
It certainly doesn't surpass A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
It's very, very good, but it's too new and it's too hard to say right now. It's weird how these things become classics. I mean, Christmas Story was like nobody really paid attention to it until it became a classic. I remember Santa Claus the movie getting a huge blitz, and it was the big thing. And Dudley Moore and nobody cares about it. It was terrible. It was dog shit. Nobody even remembers it anymore.
Do you?
Who the hell knows?
Which one do you relate to more? Ralphie as a kid in that time period, and I don't mean, as an adult or whatever, but I mean, which one of those do you think kind of triggers the old nostalgia button more, the sequel or the original? Even though we were not alive in the 40s, there's something about that, because in the 80s when we were kids, I think that a lot of the media that we were given was guys that did grow up in that period. So a lot of stuff referred to the 50s and the 80s. Weirdly enough, there was a weird echo, I think. And so to me, the 50s did not seem that far away to me in the 80s when I was a kid. So, because it was still, there was a lot of reference to it still. Back to the Future, even stuff like Night of the Creeps has a very 1950s horror element. The Monster Squad, stuff, all those guys that made these movies grew up during that time. So a lot of stuff in the 80s, I think, echoed it. And to me, it seemed closer to me than the 70s, even though I was born in the 70s and remember a little bit of it.
The 80s definitely had a 50s vibe to it, but it was more of a tone. I mean, obviously cars, and there was more technology and things looked different. We had color TV, all that kind of stuff. But I do think that as far as Christmas goes, kids in the 40s and kids in the 80s were pretty much the same. They had their eyes locked on some particular toy that they wanted, and they had, Christmas was, in the morning and all that kind of stuff. It was very similar. I think once we got into the internet age, with
video
electronics
games
and video games and phones and all that, I mean, toy stores, kids don't really buy that many toys. Maybe when they're very little, but once they get their hands on a tablet or a phone, that's all goes out the window.
Kids nowadays will never know the joy of waking up to some giant G.I. Joe play set. An aircraft carrier the size of the dinner table.
Yeah.
Or 4 pounds of veal.
Or 4 pounds of veal.
Kids will never know the joy of stringing together 80 miles of Hot Wheels tracks throughout your house.
Yes.
That your dad yells at you for because he's stepping on all the Matchbox cars.
And then seeing if
through God knows.
And then seeing if the hamster can slide down it.
That's right. Or saying how far it can jump and then leaving those divots in the drywall.
Now all things that kids got to look forward to is ended up in a Wayfarer cabinet or being on an island with some guy named Epstein.
Well, kids, we got you a little holiday. You're going on holiday by yourselves to a lovely island. We get 2 weeks of peace.
Let me throw out one. I don't remember if it was on the list or not, but let's just put it out there. Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, no, Heidi's been banging on about that for the last 20 minutes.
God, like every woman, she nags forever about something.
Yeah, I was trying to be sly about sticking it in there, but thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's a double. Was that a sexual innuendo or a double entendre there? Very clever.
Yeah, like I'm that smooth, John.
my favorite line from that.
That's what he says to his wife at night. He's like, I'm going to be very sly and slip it in. You won't even feel a thing.
It's like my wife says, quit doing that, I'm asleep. But my favourite line in that Chevy Chase one is when he's got the absolutely gorgeous lingerie saleswoman.
Wait a minute, you're stealing that from Heidi. Just brought that up in the chat. Now you're stealing it from her. Put it up.
No, it's my favourite line. Hang on, wait. No, that's not the line. I was going to say the line that got me was when he says
a little bit nipply.
It's a little nipply out there. Oh, sorry, I meant nipple. Nippy.
It wouldn't be Christmas if the stores weren't any hooter hotter than they already are.
Yeah. that chick, that broad in that is absolutely nuclear missile hot too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do love though that Chevy, like, the thing that's great about Christmas Vacation is that Chevy Chase isn't like a complete buffoon. He's got his moments. And I think my favorite is him dealing with his.
What? I got it.
He's got it. Sean's
already
been
got
on
it.
top of it. But I like that he's when he's dealing with his next door neighbors. Hey, Griswold, where are you going to put a tree that big? Bend over, I'll show you. You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that. I wasn't talking to you.
It's great.
My favorite gag of the whole movie, other than the cat biting into the wiring and getting fried, is when he finally gets. It's when he finally gets the lights to work, and you see the nuclear power plant start.
No, for me, it's when he's got his his sled, and he's putting that stuff on the bottom of it as well, and he's just.
He's leaving a vapor trail.
Yeah. And at the bottom, it's all worn out. It's got.
Man, that is
great film.
That is a great film. He's not even the best part of that movie either. Like everybody else in that movie's funnier than him. Because I don't really find Chevy Chase all that funny, actually.
Well, he's funny because his reaction to all this nonsense. That's what makes it all work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like when he gets the tree, and it's just like, oh, a lot of sap in here. And then they move on, and they don't even talk about it. But he's talking to his wife, and he gets his hand stuck on her hair, and he pulls over the lamp. And they don't even acknowledge it. It's just, this is it. This is our lives now. We're stuck to everything.
It's when he cuts into the turkey.
Yeah.
It pops like a balloon.
That was very relatable because my mom's mother, she cooked turkey just about like that. It was so dry. And every time I watched that movie, I always thought about it. I was like, that old bitch couldn't make turkey worth a shit. Glad she's dead.
Warm Christmas spirit always from you.
No. My mom's mother was a fucking bitch. Like I legit, like when mom was like, oh my God, my mom's dead. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You happy down there? Right. So
cooking turkeys in hell now.
I'll tell you a good one on her. Her brother was a old regular Baptist preacher, and years later they found out he killed himself. It turned out he had been molesting his kids his whole life, and anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't really have a punchline for that. Oh yeah, now I remember. Now I remember.
Yes, let the hate flow through you.
I'm sorry. That is true, though. But yeah, the kids come forward, and like he didn't want he didn't feel bad that he molested and raped his own daughters. It was that his church flock was going to find out that he was a child molesting incestuous pedophile. That's why he killed himself.
It was worth the wait. Brilliant.
Matt,
England have just scored.
Yeah, I
can still hear you. You just can't hear me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Clark at the work. He's like, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
kiss
fuck
my
you.
ass.
Yeah,
kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your own ass. Happy Hanukkah. He ends it with Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, are we gonna wrap up then?
No.
Yes,
no. What are you talking? We got 20 more minutes.
Oh man, I've got a ripping headache, and
I don't care. The other day when I wanted to end earlier, you were like, "No, I'm having fun." We got great interaction in the chat. We still got a Black Christmas to talk about.
We could continue on our own. You may leave, Phil. You're. Hey.
Jog on.
He wants to go watch the football. That's what that is.
No, he doesn't want to go and watch the football. He has got a bit of an headache, is what it is.
I can handle it from here.
You're dismissed, Phil. I pardon you. You're pardoned.
I'm about ready to kick you both off, and Matt and I are going to talk.
That was a Schindler's
List. You fart, Matt.
That was a.
My air holes.
Matt, you have the weirdest orgasms.
You know what?
Your wife's been talking, has she?
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Deny it. Like,
You ever see those things that goes around social media? It's like, oh, if you could have an orgasm, make a sound, what would it be? And without fail, I always know the answer to this question. I want it to make the sound of the Transformers transforming in the 80s cartoon. You know that. I want it to make that sound.
Right, no, well, I am going to call it quits now.
All right,
I'm
fuck off.
annoyingly,
Bye,
I don't know
bye,
whether
bye.
I'm going to be here next week. Bugger up, right, hang on a minute. I don't know next week whether I'm going to be here because we've got our Christmas do at work and they've done it on the Sunday night, damn it. And so, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know. I don't really want to spend time with the people from work outside of work, but on the other hand, there's free food. So
I hope they're watching this. And you get to work.
It's a conundrum.
No, the people who are cool enough to watch this know exactly what I'm talking about.
Are they?
Anyway,
is there free drinks?
I don't know.
I doubt it. It's B&Q.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, right, I'm off. It was lovely to see you all, but
Bye.
I will. Fuck off. I will catch up with you all later.
Bye, buddy.
I'm going to go and lay down and drink water, like Heidi says. Thank you, Heidi.
She is a doctor.
Is she?
Yeah, she is.
It's not like a nurse's outfit, then.
No, she's a doctor. Can you believe they would let a woman do something like that?
That's crazy. I'm not going to drink water.
What are your views on the vaccine?
If she wants me to turn my head and cough, I'll be happy to do it for her.
Heidi has left the street.
No, that was the time I had the prostate exam by the doctor and I felt two hands on my shoulders. I was a bit worried.
Are you still here?
Anyway, I'm going, yeah.
Oh, man. You hurt his feelings.
He can still hear you, you know. I want to throw one in there. Trading Places. Is that
I mean, not by
That's a
your
Christmas
standards.
film.
not
It's
by
a-
my standards?
Not by
no,
your
but
standards.
but on the other hand, there is something. There's something kind of Christmassy about a guy in a Santa Claus outfit trying to blow his own brains out.
That's true. Unfortunately, that is kind of true.
I'm just saying that is kind of the holiday spirit for a lot of people. Fuck this.
That's a great Christmas film.
But my favorite part of that moment is like it just goes click, and he throws it, and you hear it go off, and a cat goes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just pathetic in that department.
Don't we-
How's that
Don't-
film not being cancelled anyway? Because doesn't Dan Aykroyd blackface it up in the...
He does.
Yeah.
Papule. Huh.
Now we're
Eddie
now we're
Murphy making
canceled.
out he's got no legs.
Yeah. Now we're
Yeah.
canceled for that.
That movie is a classic.
Don't
I
we
love
get to
it.
see Jamie Lee Curtis's tits in that too?
You do.
Yeah,
That's why it's not being canceled yet.
yeah.
Can't
She's got she's got a pair of tits her son wished he had.
Al Franken and the gorilla. Yeah.
Oh, hey-o.
Heidi says Al Franken and the gorilla. Yeah, that because
I forgot that was Al Franken in that.
yeah.
Oh,
They put the dude in the cage. He gets raped by a gorilla because
Oh yeah, that's what makes it.
homosexuality is funny. I'm like, yeah, it is. What's the problem here?
Yeah,
it's
it's
hilarious.
It's
Bestiality.
it's even better when you see a homosexual get abused in a way because
By a gorilla.
by a gorilla.
Heidi says she's got a bone in her nose. Don't quite
Better-
get that.
Better watch out. Are you talking about the one from the early '80s there, where the guy slowly loses his mind because his toy factory gets shut down? Because I was hoping that Cecil would come on to talk about that because he knows a lot about that movie. It's really fascinating. That guy took like years to complete that movie, paid for it himself and everything. It's Gorilla Rape, Merry Christmas. But yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know why. Just put those four words together. It's
not something I ever
you just
thought.
got me good there, Heidi. Thank you.
Not something I ever thought I would read or say or have said to me.
Gorilla Rape. Merry Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot like Gorilla Rape.
What'd you get for Christmas this year? I don't want to talk about it.
Monkeypox.
Now you know what really happened to Harambe.
I'm just scrolling through a Christmas list here. I'll tell you, we saw one last year. Me and my wife was called The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jude Law. Sarah likes Jude Law.
Why would you watch?
Diaz.
Why would you watch that?
Anal.
Oh yeah, I understand. I get it.
If you're looking for bonus points from the little lady, you could do worse than The Holiday, quick little Christmas film.
See, I'm a Sigma male. I don't have to bribe women with like, oh, I gotta watch you. I just take what I want from them. So I don't have to like. I don't. Well, that's such an ugly word. I like non-consensual love making.
Resistance. I like resistance sex.
Yeah, friction. A little friction in my love making.
This is the single, childless man who runs around with squirrels hanging out of his mouth. Quite a life you've carved out for yourself there, Sean.
Has anyone seen A Very Murray Christmas? Talking of Bill Murray.
Oh, no, I never bothered. I know which one you're talking about, but no.
I've never watched it.
I do like some of the classic 40s stuff, like, White Christmas and things like that. Shut up, Sean.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to shit on you.
I knew that something was coming.
No, I'm not going to shit on you. Go ahead.
But I think I'm weird. I got like when they put on the Christmas songs, I don't like to hear anything that's past like 1950. I want to hear
Christmas Rat Pack.
Yeah, I like to hear the old, Bing Crosby, that kind of stuff. I think that's Christmas and everything else. I don't want to hear George Michael's Christmas and all that kind of stuff. I give a pass to if they do it straight, like
not like
Karen
George Michael. Unlike George Michael.
Unlike George Michael, yeah. I like Karen Carpenter's Christmas songs. She does a great job with that. And when they do them in the classic sense, but I don't like newer Christmas songs. I'm weird that way.
Didn't George Michael even actually die on Christmas?
I think it was Boxing Day.
What is that?
Day after Christmas.
Why is it called Boxing Day? No.
Seriously?
I wouldn't have asked you what it was if I knew what it was.
I thought he was being facetious. It's just
no.
It's hard to tell with him sometimes.
What's the significance of it?
I think traditionally Christmas was. I'm going to Google it now, but I think Christmas was
the
day
Boxing
of
Day
celebration.
is the day after.
Boxing Day was presents. Yeah, Boxing Day was where you traditionally meant to.
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, and that's when you put all the shit you didn't want in a box and take it back to the store to get it back.
It started when Amazon became a thing.
It originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor.
Oh, fuck that.
See that coming a mile away, too. Fuck the poor.
So I can't believe him. I thought everyone had Boxing Day. I thought it was just the same thing.
Not in Kentucky, anyway.
No, Boxing Day isn't really a thing here.
Wow.
Boxing Day is when you
jumpers or sweaters and you don't.
Oh, wait a minute. Boxing Day is when the night after Christmas when you get drunk and start the old lady, right?
No, it's a yeah. That's why Mike Tyson is the
boxing champion, right?
Yeah, he's the symbol of Boxing Day when Mike Tyson comes in and beats the shit out of your wife. It's wonderful.
It says here in Britain,
comes down the chimney and beats the shit out of your wife.
You leave some purple Kool-Aid beside the tree.
That's right.
Mike Tyson.
There you go. Some education for you then. So in Britain, it was custom for tradesmen to collect Christmas boxes of money or presents on the first weekend after Christmas as a thanks to good service throughout the year, and then given to servants.
Servants,
yeah. That was back in the day when we were good, when we had a good country.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Back when it was still okay to be racist, unlike now where we have to hide it and only pretend to be racist.
You don't have to pretend to be racist, Sean, as long as it's, you hate white people. It's fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. You can be as racist as you want.
You can't even hope for a white Christmas anymore. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of, what about
the smooth brains? They just can't say anything any deeper.
What about Frosty the Snowman? That's a classic. That's a classic, I think.
It is a classic, but you know what? I never was really. I was like, it was fine. I never was.
I love how I like how he melts at the end, and all the kids have to come to the realization of their own mortality because they've seen that the sentient snowman melted and is now dead, and like some dog's going to come by and lick it up, and then he's going to end up as piss at some point.
And then when he comes back at this yellow snowman.
Yeah.
and just to top it off, this yellow snowman goes, "Happy birthday! How are you? I'm Chinese now."
Hello.
Oh my God! Disavow.
I'm sorry, he's not Chinese. He's jaundiced.
Yeah. Weird how jaundiced people all have.
I'm
that
just
same
going
look.
for it now. I don't care anymore. I just want to die.
That was self-destructive.
It was. I disavow myself.
Wonder what Stark's saying on the Slack chat over that one.
I know. That one's for you, Stark.
That's from he's redoing that scene from Trading Places Now.
I still love a Charlie Brown Christmas. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's a reason it's a classic. And I tell you, to me, the Charlie Brown Christmas music is the quintessential Christmas music to have in the background.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Play it on your keyboard, Matt.
Well, I'll find. What is it? Charlie Brown Christmas music?
Yeah. Charlie Brown thing. Yeah, the Charlie Brown Christmas. What is that called? It's got a name, that little tune. I can't remember the name of it for nothing.
Well, they have the Christmas tree. Da, 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 da. It's just nice.
Oh, Tenenbaum.
No. It's sort of the Charlie Brown theme.
It's called Linus
Charlie Brown theme.
Oh yeah. The Entertainer.
No, it's not the Entertainer.
Heidi wants to know if you're Midwestern, Yoda.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I know this. This sounds like we're doing Toy Story music.
You gotta do the Shermie dance.
Yeah. We'll probably get a copyright strike for that.
Yeah, shut off, quick.
Whoop, whoop.
That was a good. What is that called? Did that have a name?
I just typed in Charlie Brown music.
Oh.
I think the official name is
Peanuts.
Linus and Lucy.
Just says Peanuts theme.
Peanuts theme. Yeah, okay.
Peanuts theme. What about Polar Express? There's one.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
That is one creepy ass movie now, isn't it, man?
He's weird.
That puts the uncanny in Uncanny Valley.
Because they're going to Epstein Island. That's why it's so weird.
I think that was probably the end of Robert Zemeckis. I think once he discovered that he could do that sort of crap, he's not really recovered. Because he'd done the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, he's done a few of those. Yeah, he did a Christmas Carol, the Jim Carrey, and he did the Beowulf, and they were all just
weird.
Stop doing that.
What is the remember the Jim Carrey, the Grinch? Oh God, that's just
the Grinch.
Shit.
The number one movie in 2000.
Was it really?
Awful? Yes, it was. At least domestically.
Way. Are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting you.
We have the audacity to moan at today's standards.
I know.
Jesus.
That was the year of Gladiator, and yet it is the number one movie domestically. I don't know about worldwide, but hold on. I'll bring it up here.
That's hard to believe.
It's sad. It makes me sad.
Yeah, that isn't good, is it?
For some reason, it makes me think of the friggin' Mike Myers as the Cat in the Hat shit or whatever. That was equally
same sort of thing, wasn't it? Yeah, same sort of thing. Why is Edward Scissorhands classed as a Christmas movie?
It's set during Christmas, I think, isn't it?
Is it? I've only ever watched it once. The
last time I saw it was in the 90s at some time. I never did like it. Never did like it.
No, it wasn't my thing. Have you guys ever seen Arthur Christmas?
Domestic
what?
releases in 2000. Number 1, How the Grinch Stole Christmas at 260 million. That was the number 1 gross. So that it was a pretty shit year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2000
then
was a bad
Cast
year.
Away. Cast Away is
Castaway.
massively overrated. Mission Impossible 2 is barely watchable.
Did you say
Barely.
Castaway was overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Overrated.
I think it's simply rated. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's serviceable. What Women Want. There's a King Male movie that don't get
Yep.
talked about much.
I'm pretty sure that movie's canceled bait. isn't it?
Yeah.
They
yeah.
remade that, didn't they? They've done What Men Want. They've done a women's version.
I just
Think about
realized.
£4.
I just.
What Men Want should have been just like every time she hears all she hears out of it, sex, beer, sex, beer,
Sports.
sex, beer, sports,
Sex, beer,
sex,
sports.
beer, sports.
Yeah.
I don't-
Just
That's
for
all
don't-
they think.
2 hours.
Jesus.
I don't like beer
Hello.
or sports.
There could be variations, but you know what I mean. You know.
You don't like beer, Sean?
I don't like any alcoholic drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was a bit partial to the old beer.
Mm-mm.
It's okay. I make it
I'll
up for it.
be. Well, I'll
The only-
be. You like a beer, Yoda?
The only kind I can stand the taste of is the Japanese one, Kirin.
A sake.
No,
I'm
sake,
okay with beer.
I can. Yeah, I don't mind sake. I forgot about that.
I'd rather have a wine or a cocktail. That's where I'm at.
A
Oh,
cosmopolitan. He's more of a cosmopolitan kind of guy.
That's,
No, I just like
Hard
American
liquor.
beer sucks. It's
I'll tell you what I
all
was drinking.
terrible.
I
was
just
drinking last
realized. I just realized a second ago through this whole stream, there's a gun in screen right behind me, laying in the chair. I probably.
Yeah, I
should,
didn't want to bring it up because it wasn't meant to be there.
yeah. You should have said something so I could have moved over or something.
Look what a
Well,
contradiction you are. You got a gun on one side and a fucking vacuum cleaner on the other.
Well, we thought if we started talking about Star Wars, we could have a really interesting stream at some point.
I'll tell you what I was drinking last night, Yoda. Well, when I was watching Fat Man, was a Godfather. Have you ever drank that?
The
Just
what?
2 shots of-
Godfather?
2 shots of whiskey, 1 shot of amaretto, and some grated orange peel.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, we
And
know
some
that.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola and ice.
We
So
know that.
nice.
We know you like to drink Heidi from your drunken rampages on Instagram. You don't need to tell us.
Dick Miller Lite, that's not even a beer. My piss is stronger than that. I
Now,
mean, 1 is Miller, 2 is light. You might as well drink water.
that's the European, man. The Europeans do so much better with beer. Once you've had some
Yeah,
German
look, I'm
beer
drinking
in
that.
Germany, you just cannot drink this shit here.
She is German.
Star
She-
Proman. Check.
and I don't drink Pepsi. I drink Coca-Cola. Pepsi's for communist fat.
I don't drink Coca-Cola since they said be less white. And I've
Pepsi's-
never given them a penny since.
Pepsi's even more woke than that. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I
are
can't
they?
get.
No, really not.
Yeah, they are. They embrace Black Lives Matter during all that. I can't give up my Coca-Cola, boys. It's my one real vice.
It's your one exception to the rule.
Oh, it is like I fucking love it, Matt. I mean, it's like if I was black, and
It is
it would
nice.
be like my crack if I was black. You know what
Your
I'm saying?
fentanyl.
It would be if I was George Floyd. It would be fentanyl. It would be my fentanyl.
I have a lot of Long Island iced teas when I'm out.
What is
'cause
that? What is
It's
that?
all the
exactly?
liquors mixed together, basically.
So what they do is at the end of the night, when there's like all those bottles that they've only got like this much in the bottom, they just pour them on one.
Pretty close, yeah. It's like and a little few drops of Coca-Cola for color, just to make it look kind of like a tea. And here you go.
One step down from drinking petrol or gas.
That's right. At home, because I have no talent for actually mixing liquors, I have some rum and I have some Coke and I do the easy stuff, but I like it.
I don't like drinking it. As a rule, I don't like drinking anything that you can run an M1 Abrams tank off of. So,
That's
Or
the best kind.
or make a Molotov cocktail from.
You seem to be missing the point of all the quality ingredients in alcohol. I don't understand
Yeah.
you right now.
What about gin and tonic? Do you drink gin and tonic, Yoda? Stark likes a G&T.
Not so much. I've had a few. I did.
Is he trying
like
to
Scotch a lot?
Is he trying to keep from getting malaria? What the fuck does he think it's 1850 again or something? And he's in India.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because of the
that's
quinine.
A gorgeous drink.
Because of the quinine in it. That's why it was so popular. Is they drink it in the British Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, Gin Lane. Yeah, it's banned at one stage. It was so bad. So
really banned.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah, it's banned. I'm sure it was banned. I'm probably gonna have to double check that now.
You're thinking of that other one.
No, gin was really bad because it was so cheap and so effective.
Oh well, but I thought is it the gin? Yeah, the gin had the quinine
gin,
in
1751.
Yeah,
wasn't allowed to be sold for unlicensed merchants because it was so easy to make yourself as well. That was the problem.
Bathtub gin.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I wouldn't call that a problem.
What does it taste?
Feature.
What does it taste like? What does it taste like?
What, gin?
Yeah.
Gin tastes like gin. I can't describe.
I don't know.
Really.
I mean, is it like something really powerful or like bitter?
Not really.
You just have to try different things and see what you like.
Yeah, you can mix it with all sorts of things, but gin, tonic water, slice like lemon and lime. It's actually summer drink.
Heidi brought up New Coke and that I lived through New Coke. And as a matter of fact,
I did
hold on
too.
a second. Yes.
I like the Long Island iced tea because all the liquors kind of cancel each other out as far as that harsh taste, but they do not cancel each other out. They enhance each other as far as the buzz. Is that an actual New Coke from then? Or did they bring it back?
That's the legit thing.
Is that opened or? Oh my God! Never opened that.
Of course not. It's disgusting. I remember
even more so now.
You remember, there's a reason that they don't make it anymore.
Is that worth anything?
Thank you, Leanne.
I don't know. I'm a Coke fan. If you guys could see this cabinet I have beside me here on my right, it's full of Coca-Cola memorabilia and shit, glasses.
Oh, you really are on it then.
And I've even got a can of Coke from South Korea.
Wow.
I've heard they re-release New Coke here and there, and for whatever reason.
Supposedly in some other countries they still sell it.
It's funny because New Coke is considered probably the most boneheaded corporate decision ever made.
It tastes like Pepsi to me. I think it tastes like Pepsi.
I don't know.
Has it been that long? You can't remember.
Yeah, I haven't had it since then, and I didn't like it then.
No, I didn't like it either. Yeah.
You remember, it was like for 20 years they called it Coca-Cola Classic after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up until pretty recently, as a matter of fact. I think.
I've never had it.
New Coke.
No,
it really. Have you ever had an RC Cola?
No, what's that?
Royal Crown Cola.
Royal Crown Cola. It tastes not as good as that, but very much like it. I don't know how to explain it other way. It tastes. I tell you, New Coke tastes a lot like Pepsi. Really, if you've tried Pepsi, you've kind of tried New Coke.
I like cherry Coke.
Yeah. Heidi says what they did, Heidi, is the theory is that they made New Coke so they could take out the original cane sugar and the classic formula and replace it with corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and then when everybody wanted the classic back, they brought it back with high fructose corn syrup, and nobody noticed it because enough time had passed of them not making the original formula that nobody really noticed it. And there might be some truth into that, but you can still get the original flavored Coke with cane sugar in it if you buy what's called Mexican Coke, and it's in the big glass bottles now, and it's the original formula because in Mexico, and I think some religions require that they won't drink anything with that high fructose corn syrup. It has to be real cane sugar. So Coca-Cola does make the true original formula, but you just have to look for it. If you go to the grocery store and it's got like a 2 liter of Coke and it's got an orange cap on it, they call it kosher Coke, and it's got the original. It's got cane sugar in it, but that's one of the ways that you can.
That high fructose corn syrup should be outlawed. That stuff is poison.
Yeah, Pepsi is disgusting that only degenerate communist pieces of shit drink. We don't drink Pepsi in this house. or this live stream.
I'm not a fan of Pepsi.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of Pepsi, but we bought it. We started buying it because of the whole Be Less White thing. I was like, well, fuck
Dude,
it,
they made a commercial with Kim Kardashian handing a Pepsi to Black Lives Matter protesters.
Who did? Pepsi.
Pepsi did back in 20.
Yeah.
When was the Ferguson riots and all that? It was right around that
2014.
time. 2014. They've been woke as hell for longer than, dude.
Now,
But they did set Michael Jackson on fire.
I was going to say, we have to give him credit for setting Michael Jackson on fire. You got to give him that one.
Michael Jackson did, but Michael Jackson did. He was onto something. Him and Kanye, though. That's why they killed him.
Wow. Yeah. I wonder when Kanye will.
All right, I'm gonna hit the eject button.
There we go. We're off. Go on in. Football's on.
Yeah, Pepsi is for Yankees. Coca-Cola is made in the South, where God's country is.
And yes, by the way, I think we started in. You asked if I had a Midwest accent. I suppose I do. I'm in Kansas City area, so I don't know how much more Midwest it can get.
He's a proper new Midwesterner, the heart of the country, the heartland, where the corn and the wheat grows.
That's right.
I think we got to wrap up. My battery's going to die on my phone.
Go on in. I'm going to go.
Well, yeah, because I've been talking for 4 hours now. Like me and Matt had a very nice, long conversation about the graphic novel Kingdom Come, which we'll be putting up pretty soon. And for those of you who, I look forward. Keep an eye on that.
I look forward to that because I've never read it. And do you guys talk about it in depth or? Yeah.
When I say we have a long conversation, I rambled on for an hour and a half, and Matt politely sat there and went, "Really?"
It was. I said to Yoda, he wasn't rambling on. It was actually nice to listen to someone else appreciate it, because I don't know many people, especially in my little circle, that even though it exists. So whenever I talk to it about people just sort of they gloss over and just go, "Yeah, sounds great." So I wasn't glossed over, Yoda. It was good. It was nice to listen to someone else appreciate fine arts.
I remember when it came out and it was a big deal, but I never have been a big DC guy. But I know it was a landmark moment in comics continuity and stuff. So I look forward to that.
It was, and I think that the thing that rereading it and everything is that how much of an allegory it is to some of what's happening now. Maybe I'm stretching a little bit on some of it, but I think there is. Good stories have symbolic meaning in our lives, and I think that's why this story still works. So we'll see. You can be the judge after you listen to it. For everything else, I don't know what. Look, so Boba may or may not be here next week, and he tapped out early, so I think we're wearing him out, and
he's wearing himself out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be nicer to him. And for you guys, I don't know what we're going to discuss next week. We kind of went through our Christmas movies already, so we are getting close to best movies of the year, which I think we'll do probably after Christmas, maybe the first week of January. I'd like to let the rest of the movies come out and see what we have. Because Avatar's coming out, so you don't know. Could be the best one ever.
Is that this month? That's this month, isn't it?
I think it's the 18th. I think it comes out.
Yep.
My birthday's on the 17th, by the way. Just saying. I'm
gonna put that in my calendar. Look right now.
Please do.
Yes, I'm a Big 12 country, but unfortunately, I could care less about college sports. So there you go.
Doesn't she? See, she's such a woman that she doesn't even realize this is a movie web show, not about sports.
I'm all about the Chiefs and the Royals usually suck every year, and the Chiefs are pretty much it for me.
No, I did not get doubled up on the gifts. In fact, I got shorted on my birthday because everybody's like, well, it's so close to Christmas. So I didn't get anything for my birthday or even a party. So.
I'll tell you, Sean, I've got a friend who was born on Christmas Day.
Wow. Jesus? You know Jesus? That's fucking cool, man. Will you ask him if he could do something about this for me, a miracle, and whip this up into something?
There's only so much he can do, mate.
Yeah, it was Jesus. What does he get you every year? He gets me wine every fucking year.
Yeah. And fish.
Yeah, fish, bread.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Sean, I wasn't going to get you anything this year either. So
I was going to get you the same thing I got you last year, just a different color.
I appreciate that. So, thank you again for watching this ridiculous, insane, I don't know how I'm going to chop it up this week, train wreck of a stream. Thank you very much. If you want to find all the latest movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film, come to lastmovieoutpost.com. I have been Drunken Yoda. He has been Matt. Boba Phil was here, but he's definitely a has-been at this point, so to speak. You can reach us on Twitter at Movie Outpost. He's at Boba Phil. I'm at Drunken Yoda 1. He's at Matt Eggy Wags. And
I'm
Sean is
at Kentucky Sean.
at Kentucky Sean.
And I don't, if you want to read it without following me, that's fine, because if you follow me, you might get fired from your job if somebody finds out. So
It's not that bad.
it's
so
pretty bad.
I follow Sean and I muted him. So you reach us on Facebook at /Last Movie Outpost and on Instagram at Movie Outpost. Should I start calling that meta now? I guess I don't know.
No, it's still Instagram.
It's still sucking the life out of our souls. So just stay off of Facebook. Sean, you got any last words?
Gorilla rape. Merry Christmas.
Gorilla Rape. Merry Christmas.
Is it too late to retitle the name of this stream?
Gorilla Rape. Merry Christmas. We I think we'll keep that one for later. That may end up becoming a masterclass of a meme.
That's the name of the Christmas show title.
Oh,
Gorilla Rape, Merry Christmas.
That's the segment. That's the segment once you've edited it out.
Matt, anything left to add?
No, I just want to say that this show was, in fact,
It's a masterclass.
Got it.
Boom.
And from our loyal watchers, I'll put this in here. George Brett said he crapped his pants 3 times per season. I am well aware of that. George Brett was my favorite all-time favorite baseball player. It was like the first one I ever knew. He was amazing. He was incredible. Never get to know your heroes, because then you find out that they think it's normal to crap your pants 3 times a season.
like the Joe Biden of baseball.
It's if you can find it on YouTube, where he talks about this horrendous story about how he crapped his pants in a hotel or something and had to get new pants, and it's graphic, it's disgusting, and he thinks this is all perfectly normal. George, it's not normal, man. Get yourself checked out.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I mean it. Thank you very much for watching. And we will see you on the next stream.